What is up, everybody? You are tuning in. Tuning in or tuning in. Whenever you're watching this, what's up? Anyway, by now, if you're tuning in and it is episode 5 of the pre-recorded My 39 Cents, you know who I am and I don't need to repeat it. I'm going to review Lost by NF featuring Hopsin. Bruh, I ain't off rip. I've been hoping that these two would collaborate for a long time. And when I first saw it pop up on YouTube, being a fan of Hopsin and also being a fan of NF myself, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was a mashup. I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, alright, Hopsin been out for a while. NF is still kind of making waves. He's still kind of new, but not. You know what I mean? He's at that level where when he starts to pop up with these collaborations with the greats, you're like, is that real? Is that, you want to click it, but you're like, you don't want clickbait, and you don't want the mashups, and because there's some mashups that are cool that a fan made, but then there's some mashups that is just like mashed potatoes without no butter and no gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't work. But yo, I can honestly say, and here's the difference between me and my wife's podcast. See, she reviews artists and music from a lot of artists that ask her to. Granted, once in a while she'll do a review or whatever of somebody's project that she just really, really bangs with. So she'll just do it. And of course, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, we're back. Mind you, when you see this, because it's pre-recorded, you won't even really see long of a pause. Sorry for the interruption. I can't even really be upset or mad because my 39 cents pre-recorded are absolutely unscheduled and unplanned. So it's not like people knew I was recording or whatever. So yeah, I'll just call them back when I get where I'm going, if I have time, depending on how long this video is. But yeah, you'll see like a little blip because I edit everything before I post it. Yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying. My wife, she'll review stuff. She really bangs with it. You know what I mean? I do too. But more often than not, she'll do reviews of artists on any level. It doesn't matter. Like, it could be a nobody, quote unquote, or they could be somebody that a lot of people know about, in the underground and even the mainstream sometimes. They'll come to her because they know about her podcast and her shows and her reviews and stuff on different networks and different social media platforms. And be like, hey, I got this new song. Can you listen to it and review it? Or, hey, I got this new project or this new album or this new mixtape. Can you listen to it and review it? And, she'd be like, all right, cool. But I have to warn you guys, if you go to Candy the Clown, a.k.a. SereniTy-GeMini, better known as my wife, she is going to give you a brutal review. Like, she pulls no punches. And it's nothing personal. She's just a legit fan of music, like I am. And, like me, a lot of the times if I hear something, because I'm not really I don't put it out there for people to come to me to ask me to review their stuff. Now, mind you, if somebody did wanted me to, I would. Absolutely would take the time to sit down, listen to the project or the song or watch the video in full and give it a legit, honest 160% critique on all fields, all playing fields in regards to said project. I have no problem doing that. It's just not my shtick, I guess. Not that I don't do it. It's just a lot of people don't come to me for that. And y'all are used to me just kind of speaking my mind on whatever, like, rah, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing right now. But back to what I was saying. NF, featuring Hopsin, Lost. Man, yo, the lyrical content is absolutely all over the place, like we know NF to be, and we know Hopsin to be. But at the same time, it makes sense. Like, what? And their voices together on the track just mesh well. Like, they don't sound the same. You can tell they're two different people. They have similar styles because they have similar influences, if you know anything about the background of the two artists individually. But there's still very clear differentiation between the two individuals on the track, man. I'm trying to tell you, it is awesome. The music video is dope, and I like that NF is sticking true to his carrying the black balloons. I don't recall if he did the black Joker-ish smile. I know he does that. In the video, he's like out in the wilderness, in the mountains, in the snow, hiking alone, and then he comes across his buddy, Hopsin, digs him out of the snow. He pops up, starts rapping. I'm not going to play the music, and the reason I'm not playing the music behind me right now while I'm broadcasting, while I'm recording rather, is because a lot of social media platforms are changing their policies on playing music that is not owned by the person talking about it. And thankfully, YouTube hasn't really done that. They haven't really started censoring and shutting people down. And I thank y'all at YouTube for that. But I don't want to get muted. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you haven't heard this song, you definitely need to look it up. It's NF, 2 letters, NF. The song is Lost, L-O-S-T, featuring Hopsin. That's Hopsin. Shout outs to both of them. I hope that they see this and they appreciate this. You ain't even got to say nothing. But if you did, that'd be a dream come true, because you two are two of my favorite artists outside of the Juggalo realm, but that relate to the Juggalo realm. Yeah, and if you like me, you understand what I mean. There are also two artists that I would love to perform with or collaborate with eventually. Like I do music because it's about the messages I have to give to people, and that's why one thing I respect about Hopsin and NF, regardless of what they're going through, they write their life. Like, they legit write their life, but they also try to do some good, and they try to do some help. And if somebody else is listening to it and is going through what they're going through, they can relate, and it might pull them out of that dark place. I know there's been a couple songs, more than a couple songs by NF and by Hopsin that related to my personal life in every way. Good, positive, negative, depressed, lonely, sad, angry. But instead of making me want to go out there and do something stupid, it helped me get whatever those feelings were out of my spirit, especially if they were negative ones, get them out of my spirit and into the air and released. And it's just like, and see, that's what music is supposed to do. It's not really supposed to influence you to make you want to go murder 10 people. Even fight style music, yeah, it's supposed to hype you up for that moment. But once that's done, the adrenaline is over with, you've calmed back down, and you're supposed to feel better. Music is supposed to be a form of medicine, a form of meditation, but that's also why, if you're a believer, you got to be careful to some degree what you'll listen to, how far you'll go, and what you'll bring into your spirit, because you got the eye gate, the nose gate, the mouth gate, the ear gate, and those are all real things. I'm not going to get off on the soapbox again here, but if you are curious about that, there's plenty of research you can do via Google and the Bible and other books in relation to in regards to all that stuff to really dig and find out. But and I'm not saying that NF, the song Lost featuring Hopsin, is a Christian track per se, but it's definitely it definitely merges the two worlds of secular and we're not going to say religious because I don't like that word. The two worlds of secular and having faith. It shows his struggle, even though he is a believer. And if you know anything about NF, you know that he's a believer. Also, if you know anything about Hopsin, he is also a believer, but he struggles with his faith. That's what one of the Ill Minds was about. Ill Mind of Hopsin 7, I believe, where he's in the desert. And the rap is basically a prayer, and he's like shouting to God, looking for answers, but there's so many conflicting things when it comes to how people's ideology of religion and faith and theology in this world, that it's a lot of confliction, and that was one of my problems coming up. Like that's why 10 years ago I dropped the album Conflicted Redemption, because it was literally that I know I'm redeemed according to the Bible, but I'm conflicted a lot of times because it's like, well, the Bible says this and the Bible says that, but it also says this and that conflicts with that, and I'm just like, wow. You really got to have the spirit of discernment, and you really got to have the Holy Spirit to know how to weave in and out, because not everything is cut and dry and literal. A lot of it is parables. A lot of it is scenarios. A lot of it is hypothetical, but to be applied to real life situations. So I like that Hopsin and NF are essentially embodying that in this song. And this is my opinion, mind you. You might hear the song and think something totally different. But I'm like, bruh. And I'm not gonna quote lyrics. I'm not doing that. And I've listened to the song already now about 4 or 5 times before I decided I was going to review it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this review, and I hope that you appreciate it. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for including the link to the song, but what I'll do is, since this is going to go on YouTube, and that's probably where you're seeing this now, if you're watching this right now after I've recorded. That's just so weird to say if you think about it. Like, if you're watching this now, meanwhile, I'm saying it now while recording it, thinking to myself, like, watching this now, you mean later? But I can't say if you're watching this later and then you're sitting there watching it in your time when you see it like later, but it's now for me, you know. Funny how time works like that. Anyway, check the comment section. I'm going to try to include at least in like the first comment or two the link to the song Lost, the music video. Definitely got to check it out. I mean, if you just listen to the song, if you're not one for music videos, definitely check it out. But I personally love when a deep, very lyrical, hardcore song has an insane visual to go with it. And I feel like for this song, the music video, the visual embodies the lyrics and the collaboration of these two great minds musically perfectly. Like, I don't see any flaws in this song at all. And it starts off a little slow, but like then again, if you know NF, you know that a lot of his songs are like that. There's what I like to call, they have a slow build. They have a slow build, and it builds up, and then the song's just like boom, you're like whoa, and he'll mind blow you, like real talk. And look, before you get off on oh my god, he's trying to be another Eminem. No, the dude said that he has been influenced some by Eminem, just like Hopsin said. But Hopsin's his own self, and so is NF. So, you know, a lot of people need to stop doing that. Oh, you're trying to sound like this one or that. No, people sound similar. It's okay, especially if you're from, anywhere near similar regions of the world. I mean, if you listen to nothing but ICP your entire life, you might start to sound like ICP. If you listen to Seven your entire life, you might start to sound like Seven. This is why I sound so different on a lot of different songs. Me personally, GIFTED39, because I listen to so many different types of music. There's no way that I can streamline this to have one sound. And I feel like for me, that's a benefactor because of the fact that I'm not like super famous or anything like that. But like, you can't get bored listening to me. You're not going to be able to predict what the next song is going to sound like, because I flow how I flow, and it comes out how it goes in the moment when I'm writing it. And however it comes out, that's how it stays. As far as editing and perfection goes, it's really just a rehearsal thing, and make sure I don't stumble over my words, because if you know anything about me as an artist, I'm a chopper at heart. But depending on the topic at hand, I will slow it down, or I will switch up my style, just because I need to make sure that you heard every single word I said. Because let's be honest, machine gun rap, chopper style is not for everybody. You got to have a certain type of ear, and you got to be accustomed to it and trained to catch everything that's being said. I'm at 11 minutes on this second part of the broadcast. I don't know how many minutes, if at all, I was in on the first part before the break, and I had to edit it together. But yeah, like I said before, my pre-recorded my 39 cents are going to be all at least 10 minutes or more, but I'm trying to not pass the 30-minute mark. And yeah, you'll have to, I gotta look in to see what I'm allowed to post and attach to the video itself, because as far as links and logos and stuff like that, because I'm not trying to get hit with copyright infringement. I don't do this for money. I do this because I love it. My YouTube channel was not monetized. It actually was in the process of being monetized back in the day. I think I was monetized at one point, actually, but I was never able to retrieve any of those funds. And then before I figured it out, because I'm not the most technologically advanced or savvy individual, I have people now on my team that are really good at that stuff. But before I figured out how to retrieve those funds, I was demonetized because of what I stand for, because I stand against racism and other things that I was talking about in my 39 cents pre-recorded from the chart on why my TikTok was canceled. And of course I have a new one, and I will probably include my new TikTok logo and link in this video. I will probably include my my new artist page on Facebook. Actually, you need to go check that out. I have an admin running that. Not gonna say who, because I don't want you to go after her if you're one of those people that's watching to try to take me down, me and mine. But it's Devil's Rejects. Go check it out. We are playing a show in October, Ravenfest 2021. Shout outs to Dano Dillinger and Drowned Out for this opportunity. I haven't been on stage in a while. By the time that show comes around, I would have been on stage at least one other time, because there's a potential for me and mine to play a show with another artist that runs with us, that runs with the G, in April, which is coming up right around the corner. We gotta get ready for that. So yeah, I had to plug a few things. Make sure you check out Candy the Clown and on her, I'm not gonna say channel, in her Facebook group Counterculture News. And follow me on Twitter. I'll make sure I have my link included on here too, at GIFTED39. Follow me on Snapchat. For the most part, I follow people back, but if I know you up to some nonsense or you spying on me for somebody reporting back, like I said, tell them I said hi. And I don't mean that in a nice way. Like, I'm doing all right. I'm good. God is blessing me. And y'all, people who want to see me fall and fail, not going to benefit off of the blessings that God has bestowed upon me and mine. I promise you. All right? I don't know why I'm traveling so slow behind this truck. It is 40 miles an hour through here, and I'm doing 30 because of this rig in front of me. I'm not happy about that. As soon as I get around this dude, I'm flying down the highway because I got to get to work. Anyway, no, I'm not a speed demon. People be like, oh my God, Trigger, he doesn't drive safe. Shut up. No, I drive safe. I just happen to know the legal limits when it comes to speeding, certain states, etc. Boom. I did remember to actually silence my GPS, except for major alerts for this. So, because by now I would have gotten like 3 or 4 interruptions, and I'd been like, Hurr! But yeah. Yeah, I really hate when I'm trying to get somewhere and I get stuck behind like a big rig. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I got to get somewhere. I got to go. But thankfully, this is my Friday, last day of the work week. I got to help a brother move in the morning when I get off work, but it ain't going to be too much. Just load up, roll out, and then get my butt home so I can actually rest and recuperate for like a day before I can have my weekend. Do a lot of things. I'm not sure what day this is gonna post. I'm really not trying to inundate my channel with a bunch of video blogs. However, doing the My 39 cents again, people seem to like them. They're starting to grow in views a little bit. But I really hope that people really check out the last one, which is What is a Juggalo 2021. But yeah, that's my 39 cents on NF's Lost featuring Hopsin. It's a collaboration I've been waiting on forever. I'm glad it finally happened. And if this is an inkling of what kind of music could come from them as a team, man, if they see this, y'all two should really consider doing a full project together. I think like a full Hopsin and NF album, or NF and Hopsin, I don't know how y'all want to do it, if y'all would make a group name or something. A full album from you two, or a full mixtape at least. Like, give us at least 7 to 10 songs, man. Just straight, mindless, menacing, magnificent music. That's a lot of M's. But yeah, man, like, that would be something I would really appreciate. And I would absolutely go out of my way to listen to it in full and review it. And honestly, if I get to the point where I can interview artists who have more of a name for themselves than I do, I'd be all about it. You know, if I can make this video blogging and music my primary means of income eventually, man, that'd be a dream come true. I ain't got to be rich or wealthy per se, but if I could live off what I love doing one day, that'd be awesome. I know my wife is pushing for that, and I'm pushing right behind her because I help manage her, and that's what G39 is all about. We are about bringing our people up into better situations. Like I said, we're not psychopathic, we're not M&E, we're not any of the major labels, both independently or underground, but we run stuff like we were, so we don't have no release dates. It's just like a staple for us, no release dates. And like I always say, or like I've been saying for the past couple months, disobey aggressively, because that's the motto for 2021. And that is my 39 cents. Go check out Lost by NF featuring Hopsin. Good job, guys. And I'm out.